People, forgive me for the intro. I know this ain't Champions League, Eurostars, but I went with it still. I thought, I thought Michael, and that's probably dedicated to Griggs because we've got two Michaels as you guys can see. But that's dedicated to Griggs because I didn't want to, what's the word, disrespect the Europa League too much. So I played the Eurostars intro just for Griggs because he's been so miserable. If you tuned in yesterday, he was rowing and arguing. We could see he was aggy. He was not his normal self. He was not his normal cool self. He was a bit ratty. So I thought I'd play him the Eurostars intro. Griggs, hope you're doing much better today.
Yeah, we're doing much better, obviously. The PTSD from Sunday will still be there for a long time, but it was a good way to kind of get rid of half of it today. Even though we'll discuss why that first half still didn't kind of convince me too much. But not a great day. Europa League. I told you guys the most entertaining European competition there is. Not the most prestigious, but the most entertaining. Because we'll talk about some games. Some of those games were more entertaining than anything we've seen from Champions League this year. So this is real hoops.
Okay, fair enough. Imran's got a question for you later on. We'll probably get into it later on. I don't know how we had us playing over Palistri. We're gonna ask Michael certain questions. Get your questions, comments, opinions, all in. Ben says 7 needed that today. Yeah, he was hella stressed at halftime. I'm not gonna lie. Bilal, obviously your team, plenty of changes. We're obviously gonna get into your team. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Arsenal made that such hard work. I don't think it needed to be. Don't know what your overall opinion is before we get into it.
Yeah, no, Arsenal same old man in the Europa League. Like if you've watched Arsenal Premier League and Europa League, it's like two different teams. It's such a hard watching us play in the Europa League. But listen, we got away with one today, to be honest. Getting that 2-2, and you can take that back to the Emirates, and then listen, we can survive these next couple games with international break, get our few players back. Then let's see what can happen. But for me, I don't know. There's always a part of me with this Europa League right now. It's like, come on, Sporting. I don't know if I'm the only Arsenal fan. I'm like, come on, score another one. Get us out of here. Because it's just, I don't know.
Really?
Man. It's just,
are you on
this
that
stage? Yeah, no. Because of where we are in the table right now, it's one of those ones where, like, I don't want to jeopardize that any way whatsoever.
It's such a tough call, though, because you're so close. Like, what? After this, is it the quarterfinals? Or...
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the thing, right? You could get past around the 16 quarterfinals and you're in the semis. Now, all of a sudden, you want to win because you've hit the semifinals. But until you get to that semifinal stage, it's just tough. It's tough. It's painful. But once you get to the semifinal, then you start feeling, okay, listen, you're so close to a trophy. Why not?
Rajveer says, Grizz, can't lie, your tweets doing little digs that United have been hurting this week. Good comeback from United, though. Yeah, look, fair play to, you know what I mean? I'm Mr. Motivator out here, man. I'm motivating your teams. You understand? That's what I'm doing. It is what it is. Yeah, Kevin, channel member, says, Grizz, you have been shameless on Twitter. But big up, listen, come on, this is what it's about. This is what it's about. This is what fandom is about. We've got our first super chat of the night. It says, anonymous user says, Facundo Palistri, remember the name, Grizzetta. What a player. Also, get the Gea out of my club. Costa or Ryan needed. Yo, Michael, you sure, Griggs, you sure this ain't your burner? Because I don't want to give too much away.
We will mention certain names later, though.
That's what I'm saying. This is wild. This is almost like this is your burner. Michael, I know you must have had about 6 screens going off tonight.
No, actually, the good thing here in Finland is they show all the games at once. So they just have rolling highlights. So I was just watching all the games pretty much tonight. The best game was by far Union Derby. That was absolutely insane.
I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Please don't take this the wrong way, but you was on my mind, right? Now, no homo, we're good friends and that, right? but I'm not joking. As soon as that game kicked off, Union Berlin versus, how'd you say the other team?
Royal Union Saint-Gilles.
Yeah, that's why I got you on today, brother. That's why I got you on today. All right. But as soon as I saw the goals being banged in and end-to-end stuff, I thought Michael must be feasting tonight. He must be thinking this is footballing heaven for me.
If there's one goal to watch tonight, people, it's Juranovic's free kick in that game. My God, top bins.
Interesting. Yeah. We're going to talk about that, obviously. We're going to get into all the standout games, standout talking points, players that impressed, incidents that didn't impress. I guess, Bilal, we got to start with your homeboys, man. Sporting Lisbon, the much heralded Almiron. How do you say his name?
Amorim.
and Marim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see Sebastian Coates at the back, I'm thinking, my guy, man, what is going on? Like,
Where's the bicycle kick goal?
Yeah, where's the bicycle kick up? I'm thinking, yeah, he's gonna get roasted at one point in the game. Like, he's too slow. But then I'm keeping tabs on Inacio, you know, tall, upright, left-sided centre back, so good on the ball, very confident. Someone asked me who, compare him to someone. I said a more mobile Laporte. He reminds me of the Man City centre back. So calm on the ball, so confident for his age as well. They gave you a good game, but my overall thoughts. Now I know you didn't agree, or who did we have? Someone didn't agree about my. Or was it on another show where I said I thought Arsenal showed a bit of arrogance, stroke complacency. I didn't think this needed to be 2-2. That's just my opinion. What was your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's one of those ones weird because the first 20 minutes, right? I know Sporting had a chance like really early on, but we were kind of comfortable. We were passing it about. Reece Nelson was beating his man. He looked actually quite sharp in the beginning. Then you get the header with Saliba. And you're thinking, cruise control now. Just pass the ball around, knock it about, keep the game tight, don't give away something silly. But then all of a sudden, after that first goal, it turned into a basketball match for a little bit, end to end. Sporting were getting on us. They were playing very quick balls, getting forward very fast. And, they started getting on top of us. The crowd was getting into it as well. And it became 1-1. And it's just one of those ones with Arsenal right now. Like, every game, we seem to be conceding at least 2 goals to start with. And obviously, that's not just the Europa League. It's the Premier League as well. We concede a lot of goals, and that needs to stop. But obviously, with Matt Turner's not playing, he comes in. It's not easy. And I know some people are getting onto him for the first goal. Kiwior as well, people getting onto him a little bit as well for his defensive work. But, yeah, for me, it's a weird one with the Europa League. I look at it, and it's like, yes, we want to go far in it. Arteta clearly wants to go far in it. But I don't know when the players play this competition. I don't see that they want to really go far in it. I watch Saka in these games, and I'll tell you, the kid, right? And fair play for keep doing it because I don't want you to get injured, right? But when he plays these cup games, whether it's Europa League or he's even the FA Cup, sometimes this season, like, he doesn't do much, right? He beat his man, but it's not really Saka. He's not he's really holding himself back, and it's not just him. There's other players in the team doing that as well. For me, really and truly, I think it's going to be a tough one for Arsenal to win the Europa League. I don't see us as favourites at all to win this competition. I'd give that to the likes of your Man United, who will really go in for it. Even though maybe Juventus, with the way Serie A has been going, with what's been happening to them, they'll be one of the favourites. Sevilla, always a favourite. Roma, another team who look like they could maybe go on a run. For me, with Arsenal, I wouldn't be surprised if they got knocked out round 16, quarterfinals, and it's just like, yeah, this campaign just disappears because the way the players play this competition, it's nowhere near the same as when we play a normal Premier League game.
We got brother, how'd you say your name? Sachid. I hope I haven't butchered it too much. Salam Grizz and the panel. I support a small club, Watford. Am I still welcome, people?
Didn't they just wait, Grizz? Didn't they just sack their manager again?
Slavan Bilic is going to be as well. But you're very welcome, my friend. We speak about Spurs, man. So hey, there's no big club, small club, man. We talk about everyone. We have had Spurs fans on here, so it's no problem. Big up yourself. Thank you very much for joining us today. What we will do request, especially new people, is subscribe if you haven't and smash. Yeah, house rules, as Jonah says. House rules, people. Take your shoes off and enjoy the show. Like and subscribe too. Michael, if you're Arsenal, Arteta, the state of your squad, how we know it, how we see it, and the way I look at it, this is your best chance ever to win the Premier League, right? How do you do this, man? Because Europa League is still, look, I've taken the mick, but Europa League is still, Europa League. It gets you into the Champions League. There's a lot of, great clubs that have won it in recently, like Seville. We spoke about Seville. We'll probably get into Seville. But they're not going to get a better chance to win the Premier League, Michael. How does you do this now in the next up and coming games? Even today, he made 6 changes, Bilal. Let me get that back up. So all right, he makes that some of them
Polish forced to play, like Zinchenko. Yeah, Tierney was meant to play. It's ill. Ben White played. Obviously, Gabriel Magalhaes, defenders out. So only in the defense, he made only 2 changes. But then in the midfield,
So
Jorginho and
still
Xhaka.
fairly strong.
Yeah, and then the attacking side of it now with Saka, Martinelli, Nelson, there's not much of a choice. Jesus is injured, Nketiah is injured, Trossard is injured. So you got 3 attackers out. So you haven't got much of a choice in
There isn't
actually
got
playing
much
these
choice.
guys. So yeah, it's one of those ones right now. The squad is looking quite thin. And that's the worry because the next 2 games in the Premier League, Fulham and Palace, you need to get through them and let the rest of the players come back into the squad again.
Michael, how would you approach it?
I was just going to ask, is Fulham away?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fulham's away from home.
That's tough.
No Paulinho, though. No Paulinho.
No Paulinho?
He's suspended.
Still, Fulham are a tough team.
No, that's
but
the only
tough team to deal with.
I would say, luckily.
No Paulinho is huge.
Yeah,
No Paulinho
luckily,
is huge.
it's 2 London teams we're playing. Like, if it was going away to Everton, and then next day I'm going to Newcastle.
See, I'm disagreeing with you. No,
worried.
I'm disagreeing with you. See, this is where your naivety and inexperience of a title race is letting you down. You have no experience. You're fighting, you're playing London clubs, and you're saying you're happy with it.
London record's been good.
No, but do you know it's not about the traveling? Do you know how much pride is at stake? They do not want Arsenal to win the league. They will be fighting you in the trenches, brother. You are going into a derby, Fulham and Crystal Palace. If it's a night game, oh no, Crystal Palace is coming to your ends, right?
Yeah, come to our end.
They will do what they need to do. I would definitely have a away game to Bournemouth maybe or something. Doesn't matter the travel. Trust me. But sorry, Michael, we keep asking you but not getting your opinion.
It's okay. For Arteta, this is now a very tricky situation he finds himself because he's never been in this situation in his managerial career. You got the Premier League, but then you also have the Europa League, and clearly he wants all the belts because he's already out of the FA Cup, didn't win the League Cup. So what does he choose? To me, I even saw Fabio Vieira at the false 9 role today. I was like, wow, this is really testing now the Arsenal squad on how much depth they have. And at times today, it didn't look like they really played at the same intensity like they do in the Premier League. I think, to be honest, going away to Sporting and getting a draw, it's not the worst thing. I think it's perfectly fine. We see how much of a fortress Emirates is. Now, the problem is when you get to the quarterfinals and semifinals and then you're really in the tense moments in the title race, what is the squad going to be like then? Obviously, Jesus is going to come back, and Nketiah, you get reinforcements. But if I'm Arteta, I'm just thinking to myself, what do I do? What do I do? Do I just focus on the Premier League and say, you know what? Nelson, Kiwarrior. Actually, I thought Tomiyasu played a good game at left back today. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, he came on and won every ball.
He won every ball on the left side. Yeah, he does. So this is going to be the biggest problem for Arsenal.
Who's that?
Who is that?
Doesn't matter.
What was that?
But for Arteta, yeah, it's a difficult situation, and I gotta respect the Sporting because I thought they actually played a very good game. I think they should have won this match. In all honesty,
yeah, they should have.
They should have. They created a lot of good chances.
I like this manager. I do think he's got a bright future. Obviously, they're in a situation where they have to sell their best players always.
Yeah.
And that's the problem because just when you get a bit of momentum, get a rhythm, because they played some nice football, right? But Arsenal, I thought Arsenal were lackluster. I don't know what I mean. I know what I mean by that, but I just think Arsenal sometimes get into this mode where they pass for the sake of passing, especially at the back. And especially when you've got a new keeper and a couple of new defenders in there, sometimes you've got to play the percentages. Of course, when you've got your full lineup, they know the passing drills. They know how to break the press. I just think tactically, that's naive of Arteta to insist on playing the same way, especially if you've not got the usual setup. Don't know if you agree or disagree, or do you believe that, no, that's the philosophy. You should instill it all the way through. Because Sporting Lisbon, I thought, were let back into the game as opposed to came back into the game. Griggs.
Max cut off like 2 seconds. Yeah, I mean, with Arteta, it is difficult because, like you mentioned, the squad depth. And, like, I agree with Michael. He said that Sporting did deserve to win the game, in my opinion. I think that Paulinho chance, if Arsenal do win, that might be the decider because he could have made it 3-1 and the tie. But I do agree. I think Arsenal, Bilal mentioned to the goals they concede, maybe it's time to kind of just bring the line back just like maybe like 2 centimeters or something because they're more aggressive than even Man City in terms of that high line. Saliba and whoever the other center back is typically like on the halfway line. Sometimes they're even in the other team's half. They're that high up. But when you go to, especially away games in Europe, the other team will be up for it. No matter what, it's an away game. They will be up for it. And Sporting have such quick attackers. Marcus Edwards, speaking of Spurs, we mentioned them earlier, that's the team that should be kicking themselves because they had this guy in their academy, and he's someone that could bring dynamism to their attack, which we saw yesterday how much they lacked that. So he's a big, good player. Obviously, Sporting were missing Ugarte tonight, so it could have been a much different game if Ugarte played in that midfield because his replacement kind of scored the own goal in Morita. Who else was really good today? Ignacio, Grizz, you mentioned him. I watched the comp with him last year because we got linked with him, and just that guy hit pings for days. He could just ping that ball across the pitch, and it's beautiful to watch.
I'm not gonna lie, it's only the second time I've seen him play a full game. So, and I've seen clips because we're linked with him as well. But obviously, YouTube clips can do wonders for the likes of Benteke and shit. So, let's not go down there.
Please not.
No.
Benteke was a baller, man. At Villa, man.
Yeah. But the thing is, right, what a lot of people don't know is which injury did he do? Someone's going to remind me in the chat. He done I think it's his Achilles.
Oh, that's a killer.
And they say once you do your Achilles, you're never that same player. I agree with you, Bilal. I think Benteke, before that major Achilles he done, was a baller. People forget he was an absolute beast, but he was never the same. And we didn't do our thorough checks that we do now on him then. Anonymous user says, this is why I say we're favourites for the Europa League. Arsenal look like a completely different side in cups. We have European heritage. They don't. He's talking about Man United. Are you favourites, Griggs? Say it. Do it. Be it.
I mean, I'll probably say we're favourites.
We got him.
We probably are favourites. We're the team that has the most. We're the team that has the most to benefit kind of from winning it. Yeah. We get that pot 1 for UCL next year if we win it too, because we won't get that from top 4. While Arsenal, let's say, if they win the Premier League, they're automatically pot 1, obviously. So I think but I'm not going to say that it's guaranteed. Like, I know some United fans said they're automatically winning it. Trust me, there are some teams I fear, which we'll talk. It's not going to be easy. So I just think that we have the firepower to win it in a sense.
Can I make one last point? Oh, sorry, Grizz. Can I make one last point? Just about one player for Sporting, just for everybody to keep an eye on for the next couple of years, and that's, I think his name is Chermiti, the striker who came on. He's only 18 years old. One to remember. He's been...
Michael, they got so many stunning players coming through.
Portugal, I don't know what they do there.
Portuguese league and the French league. It's just beautiful.
So I want to talk about, before we come into the Arsenal, but this Saint Just,
yeah. I don't know about this guy. This is my Zuberiness now. You know, he talks about FIFA.
This guy has like 90 something pace on FIFA.
Yeah, the silver card. I remember.
How much did he have pace?
Like 90 plus. He's like the fastest center back in the game.
Yeah. Rapid. Bro, he showed that. Bilal, talk us through that incident.
Martinelli pretty much runs the whole pitch, but then this guy comes out of nowhere, catches him, and gives away. It was a corner in the end, right? So it was a massive recovery run, and he just showed his pace there. Like that's a killer pace.
Where's he come from? What's his background?
Mines, yeah.
Someone to keep an eye on then, man.
Because
listen, and you know what? It makes sense to put 100-meter sprinters next to Sebastian Coates. Now you guys know where I'm going with that. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really get a chance to judge the pace of Ignacio. Maybe one of you guys knows more. I don't think he's slow. I don't think he's express pace like next to him. But this guy was rapido. Rapido.
Different pace, yeah.
I think the midfield without Ugarte showed that it was a midfield without Ugarte. Like Morita and Goncalves, okay, they work hard and all that. But Ugarte is a different animal, in my opinion. That's why many of the big clubs are on his case.
And also Morita and Coates are out for the next game against Arsenal.
But obviously Ugarte comes back. And Coates being out, I don't think is a bad thing.
He's just the leader, though, of the team.
He's a leader. He's
away game, you might need that, especially away game.
Height as well, set pieces. And, the goalkeeper was good today as well. And another player I like, Trincao. I don't know, I mentioned him. I don't know how many months ago.
Flopped.
Nah,
Yeah,
I honestly think he's super overrated. No
so
Sporting fan
frustrating.
rates him this season.
He's
Yeah.
so frustrating
I see
to
Sporting
watch.
fans cooking him all the time, man. I've
Yeah.
seen them cooking him. They don't rate him, but you know there is. I
And
always have a soft spot for a guy
and I
like him.
look, Paulina looks like a bit of a I don't want to be rude, a journeyman striker.
Yes.
He doesn't, one of those ones. You know what I mean by that, guys?
Yeah.
Just he's there. He's there. But Edwards and Trincao are there to create, and obviously Goncalves. Edwards had another good game. What's going on, man, with this Edwards, man? Like Spurs could do with someone like this, man. Like Spurs are crying out for someone to do some of the stuff that he can do, show some pace, running behind. Big blunder, right, Michael?
Would he look like this at Tottenham? He probably wouldn't. That's all I have to say.
Think about it. Tottenham had Madueke and Marcus Edwards in their academy.
And
That's all I need to say. And they never kept them.
They have Kulusevski. They do have Kulusevski on the right, to be fair.
They do have Kulusevski, yeah.
No, but Kulusevski is a different dynamic to these kind of players.
Yeah, but
like you need armory weapons for different situations. Like when you're looking against a low block that Conte is always faced with now or whatever, Kulusevski comes inside all the time. Very rarely is Kulusevski going to beat a man. Kulusevski is just strong. He beats players with physical strength and technique, whereas these guys beat you with sheer pace and trickery.
Where should Marcus Edwards go? Do you guys think? Like, what kind of club? Is it?
How old is he now?
He's only 24.
Still
He's
so
got
young.
No, he's that age where I know you say he's only 24, but he's at that age now.
He needs to make the move now. He's got to make the move. Yeah, he's got to make that move now.
Premier League guys?
Has to be Prem.
I'm feeling a bit of Dortmund in him. I see something there. Imagine him at Dortmund. I think he'd be good.
Nah, you know what, Bilal? You know what the perfect club would be? Would be Bayer Leverkusen. Something like that.
Yeah, no. If they lose Musa Diaby,
yep.
And then maybe, but still going from Sporting to Leverkusen, I don't know. It's
Yes, okay, yo. Xavi Alonso's cooking something. Yo, trust the process.
Yeah,
cooking something.
Yeah.
But back to the Arsenal. Bilal, you're 2-2. I sense that you're not really feeling this Europa League as well. We were speaking to you before, so I don't know how your team's going to feel it. Like, what's the majority of the fan base feeling, you reckon? Like, are they feeling this?
I think
is it 50, all systems? Is it all systems going to Premier League? Like, and whatever happens in this.
Yeah,
because it will depend on the atmosphere that you guys create at the Emirates now in the second leg.
Yeah, I doubt the atmosphere is going to be that great on a Thursday night. I don't know. It's one of those ones where. Listen, I think a lot of the fans obviously would be happy if obviously you win the Europa League. I'd be happy as well. You win a trophy, nobody's going to complain. But at this stage of the season, with the squad picking up injuries here and there, and then you've got this extra competition where, listen, the only reason we cared about the Europa League for all these last few years was because it was either that or top four, right? And I remember that one campaign with Unai Emery where we should have finished top four. He starts resting players in the Premier League. He starts playing the likes of Carl Jenkinson, I'm pretty sure at the time. And then all of a sudden you get knocked out of the Europa League and it's like you've lost both, right? So for me now, I feel like I don't care about the Europa League if it's not giving you that Champions League football. I know it's a trophy, I know it's important, but listen, I know Arteta, this is the thing. As much as us fans are saying that maybe we'll rest our players, Arteta wants to win this competition. And I think in the next game against Sporting, he's probably going to play the likes of Partey and Xhaka and try and win the game. I saw in the last 20 minutes, Partey, Gabriel all came on and Sporting couldn't really get out their box. They showed already in those few minutes with Smith Rowe, with Partey, I know it was obviously the last 20 minutes of the game, they're probably tired as well, that when Arsenal crank up the quality a little bit, it's going to be difficult for them to compete. But yeah, as a fan, I'm not entirely bothered. If it gets to the semi-final, we're playing Man United, I want to win. But we're not at that stage yet. Exactly.
I think it's going to be at the draw, isn't it? Whoever you draw, it depends. Like if you draw one of the big guys, well, we're going to look into it. Like before we go into the Man United
the
game,
path gets chosen in the next draw too.
I was just going to say, is the next?
They need to cook
round...
me like. Do you know what they need to do to make me interested? They need to cook me Juventus. They need to cook me Man United, and then we start being more interested. But really and truly, if I'm seeing Sporting, the next tie I'm seeing Union Berlin. Now the attention. I'm sorry, we cannot.
I'm with this. I'm with this horrible mentality. you would think Arsenal win everything every year. Where's this arrogance coming from?
It's not arrogance. It's not arrogance. This is it's not arrogance. It's the opposite probably because I want to secure that Premier League. I'm thinking we've got to win the league. So I'm thinking, listen, don't jeopardize that for just the Europa League, which is not the trophy.
Okay, so maybe you're saying,
listen,
I get what you mean.
You know, the way, honestly, the way I look at it is like this. At Arsenal, Man United, they don't wake up and say, we want to play in the Europa League. So if you don't want to be in this competition, why are you so willing to try and win it? It doesn't really make sense for me in that, logically, right? You didn't wake up saying, we want to win the Europa League. You want to win the Champions League. No, it's the same thing as the League Cup. You don't wake up saying you want to win the League Cup, but once you get there, you take the trophy.
Yo, respect the Europa League, please, bro. It's not Europa League from like 2012 or something like that, bro. This is a competition that a lot of big clubs have won it.
Okay, this is the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
Now the UEFA Cup was weighty. This is what I mean about the new modern day fan, man. Big up Grizz, though, man.
UEFA's fault. It's
Grizz is younger than you,
or
same age as you, but he's got more.
No, but it's a UEFA's fault. It's UEFA's
fault.
Why have they put the Europa League right? The reason people want to play is to win is to go in the Champions League. This is the whole point of playing the Europa League now. You win it. It wasn't good enough just to win the Europa League. Oh, this is a prestigious trophy. No, you have to win this trophy and then you get to go into the Champions League.
That is a bit weird, right, guys?
It's defeated the purpose of the whole trophy.
I think that's the case for certain leagues, though. When Frankfurt won it last season, that was huge for them. Huge. They didn't think about the Champions League. It was a trophy. And I think for Arsenal, you got to get all the belts, Bilal. You got to build that. You have to build that winning mentality into your team. Obviously, you want the Premier League, and I fully back that. If you're going to choose between the Premier League and Europa League, all day the Premier League. Winning both, imagine if you win the double. DVDs will be made.
As I said, if we win the trophy, we will be happy. But if I win the Europa League and I didn't win the Premier League, I'm not gonna be here smiling. I'm gonna be here.
That's on your own team's
fault. That's a sensational season for you,
bro. Because what if you don't have winning?
Grizz, you won't see me for 30 days.
Whoa, you are lost. You've lost it.
Let's say Arsenal choked the Premier League, right, and then don't win the Europa League. You're gonna have a season that you went trophyless. That's a failure of a season because you were first and you bottled that, and then you bottled another trophy.
Let's not even go that deep yet. He's just said, right, we need to cook him on this point.
I mean, I would be frustrated but I would still be happy with that we won a trophy.
If I know I'm losing the Prem and next day I win the Europa, I'm not celebrating that trophy. I can't celebrate that trophy. Bro, how can I celebrate?
Because you think about it, if you win Europa, you get another chance at another trophy, the Super Cup. That's more trophies, and that's a good game too, because you're gonna be playing the champions of Europe, and you win. Bro, it's trophy's a trophy.
See, Bilal, you don't know this because you've never been in this situation. You've never played in the Super Cup. You've never done it. You've never won the Europa League.
Community Shield tax on that. This is not. This is. I saw Falcao score a hat trick in one half in that Super Cup.
That's a bad boy. He dominated.
That was a bad boy hat trick, though.
Bro, respect Falcao, bro.
Wow, people are shocked in the chat. These are wild comments coming out of Bilal.
But to be honest, I don't think I'm the only Arsenal fan that thinks.
He's not. I've seen a lot of Arsenal.
I don't think you are.
Like this.
I'm gonna put a poll up, right? Remind me, message me, yeah. I'm gonna put a poll up, and I'm gonna ask everyone, but I'm gonna obviously at Arsenal fans, right? And I'm gonna say, if you finish second and win the Europa League, are you not gonna celebrate? Or how shall I word it? I don't want to be. I don't want to sway the vote.
Just say, will you be happy?
Will you be happy?
Yeah, that's
yes or no, right?
Yeah, yes or no.
Yeah.
And for me,
fair
I'll
enough.
Be happy. That's all I have to say if that ever happened. I'd be a depressed.
I'm shocked, guys. I want to move on, but I'm shocked, man. Grizz, I love you for showing love to the best European competition. All right, Kalma, I never said that. It's not the best competition. We know its level. It's below the Champions League and the dropouts of the Champions League. I'm hearing that. But Europa League, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still old school people. I'm still saying that's the UEFA Cup right there.
Yep.
That's the UEFA Cup. But anyway, no problem. If you don't want to celebrate, no problem. You must win that Premier League now then. Because you must.
We must. This is my season depends on that trophy. But the Europa League is for me unnecessary distraction at this point.
Joseph, I'm rubbish. Blame me. I'm rubbish. Bilal's rubbish. I can't really blame Griggs and Michael because I still haven't learned how to do a poll in the chat. So I'm gonna learn by next week.
You have to do it through YouTube.
Okay.
You can't do it on StreamYard.
Can you teach me, please?
I will.
So we're gonna sort that. Arsenal going through, Bilal?
Unfortunately, yes, we're going through.
Look at this guy. Bro.
Unfortunately,
Look at this guy, bro. Bro.
We're going through.
I want to knock him out of this competition. I really want to knock him out of this competition.
I need ROB to turn up.
I need that. I need that
to come and save me from this Europa League, man. That's
Michael, are they going through?
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
All those players.
It's at the Emirates. It's at the Emirates. It's the fortress nowadays.
Yo, Arsenal at Emirates in the Europa League are low-key spooky, though. I've seen Olympiacos knock them out, which is obviously one of my happiest moments. Even Benfica, I think the last time they were in it, Benfica was up like 2-0 or something like that, and then I think Aubameyang scored like late or something. Arsenal low-key spooky.
We beat Benfica in that one, yeah.
Yeah, but they were up. They were up in the draw, and then you scored like 2 goals in 5 minutes. But I think Arsenal would just do enough.
Arsenal just doing enough. I think they'll do enough, but it could get spooky, man. Ugarte comes back, yeah, man. He's that big, but obviously, yeah, with the 2 absentees with the yellow cards today, you got no suspensions, but they're not going to play their strong. I guess it depends on the team that he puts out.
They have Palace at home right after. That's their next game after that.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. But the thing is, you can't really not play Jorginho in these games. That's why I don't think Partey would play. Right? You can't drop Jorginho in these games. Xhaka is one of those guys probably always play.
Smith Rowe
started to look. Odegaard, I doubt he'll play a Europa League game. Smith Rowe, though, is looking sharp, and today played in Odegaard's position. That's the one nice positive I saw today. Looked actually quite nice, sharp, turning everything. Smith Rowe in that.
It's
position,
the best I've seen Vieira look in a little while. I haven't been very.
Yeah, no, and Vieira is a threat. Like he's a goal threat. He assists goals. He's an output machine, and I don't understand how he has such power for such a small guy. You know, the way he strikes the ball is mad. It's like Bruno Fernandes. I don't know what he's teaching these young youngsters.
Maybe it was the air in Portugal that made him play good today. You never know.
Yeah,
being back home, never know. Maybe he was homesick.
Khanage is in the building, channel member. Big up everyone in the chat. Hit that like button. Exactly, he's right. The clock coming up to 250 of you in here. Let's smash up the likes. We haven't even got 100 likes. You tight fools. Real football talk. Here, real football talk. Before we get into the Manchester game. Kingsley says the arrogance of Bilal. You must win the league now. I'm telling you.
I don't look at it as arrogance. If I was arrogant, I would say we're going to win the Europa. We're going to win the Premier League.
Okay.
But I'm looking at the team and I'm thinking,
we ain't got the squad. Are you so are you like basically saying we ain't got the squad depth?
No, I'm not saying we don't even have the squad. I just don't think it's worth the risk. Thursday, Sunday.
See, that's the disrespect. It's not worth the risk. See, just look how you're wording it.
If it's the Champions League, of course you have to play.
So what I'm saying, guys, he's saying it's not worth it. He's like, I tried to give him an olive branch, right? I tried to get him out of this shit, right? Yep. He's drowning. Right, he's drowning. I offer him an olive branch. I'm saying, oh, you mean you ain't got the best squad and like inexperienced players and young players, and you want to focus, you don't want to get injuries. He's saying, no, not that. I don't want this olive branch. Give me a strong rope. How are you turning an olive branch down? You're saying, no, it's not even worth the risk. That's not the right way of looking at it. But it ain't my team.
The sports might have to do their thing. I'm tired of talking about Europa League, man. With Arsenal, please. I'm Rice.
Unbelievable. Arman says Weghorst celebration made me laugh. Yeah, it made him cry. Fair play. We're gonna get into that, bro. Appreciate the support. Jerome says, say what you want about Weghorst, but I felt the emotion when we scored tonight. Love, great show as always, guys. We're gonna get into that, Jerome, right now. We're gonna tuck into all things Weggy, they call him, or whatever the fuck they call him. Imagine Arsenal don't win a trophy this season. There's very much a chance for that, man. Ain't glaringly obvious.
Yeah, no,
of course. Yeah.
And that's why we're trying to. I want to mitigate that possibility and win the proper trophy, and not the. Yeah,
we're just gonna leave it this. We're just gonna leave it out. Man, ever won a European trophy? Act like he's too good for it. Allow it. That's where we're gonna end it. You ain't got no comeback today. I'm not allowing you to have a comeback. That's
no
it.
Problem.
We're gonna go into Manchester United. They must. Everyone said they have to. They must show a reaction. He went with the same lineup, so we don't even need to bring up the lineup. But I'll fund this one. He brought up the same lineup. Was you surprised, Griggs, that he went with the same lineup? Be honest.
Yeah, I was surprised, but I actually rate the move though. When I really thought about it, I'm like, I don't really want to see those guys again, but I get it. they got embarrassed. So you better go out there and kind of show.
Wait, hold on. Did you say you don't really want to see these guys again? Like how reactionary
right now?
are you?
No. I didn't want to see them after like Sunday. I don't want to see a
you wanted Maguire back, bro. Just be honest. You wanted him back.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Elanga,
I do not want to see Maguire back. Nah, don't do that. But there were some players that didn't want to see.
BILAL was on smoke today, bro.
I rate it though. I rate that he went with the same lineups that you guys embarrassed yourselves. Go show it out. And you know what? That first half we started really well. Obviously, Rashford. You know, when I saw Rashford scored, I saw him celebrate. I didn't even celebrate. I literally was saying to myself, go pick up the ball, go all the way back to the halfway line, put the ball down, and start again. No celebrations. You do not get to celebrate goals, right? You do not get to celebrate goals, right? You do not get to celebrate goals, right? I'm doing all this and everything. No. We can't do that right now. You got to give it at least like a month before you do it.
Did he, though? Did he do all that?
He did.
I was vibing. You know what? I was vibing with Rashford's celebration, but when he did against Betis, I kind of cringed a little bit. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, no.
This is too much now.
Yeah, we can't be doing it. We just got embarrassed. No, we can't be doing this right now.
Honestly, I just
can't be doing that.
Rashford. I was rocking with you, but not anymore, bro.
Well,
like, you got to stop this one.
I got to speak about a certain goalkeeper.
I knew you would.
Here we go.
This guy is an enemy of the
you
state.
would.
He's an enemy of the state. He's an enemy of the football club. He's the enemy of Spain. He's the enemy of me. This guy, he miskicked the ball at least 10 times today. At least 10.
Okay, two, 3.
No. It was more than. I promise you, it was more than 3.
Really? I counted 2, 3, and I laughed.
He was playing against us. The Benzema and Vinicius.
Oh, you're doing
on
the
my mother's life.
Vinicius,
on my mother's life, he was playing against us today.
Oh shit! Yeah, but look how Vinicius turned out. So.
No. But David De Gea, goalkeeper is a must. We say we must. Eric Ten Hag. If Eric Ten Hag does not sign a new goalkeeper this summer, I am Ten Hag out next year. I do not care. He must get replaced. I cannot have this guy in my football club. He's an enemy. Bro, I was watching a 10-minute field comp of him a day ago. From only the past 5 years. He's been at the football club for 10 years. Do you know how many fails you can make of this guy? He is horrible at goalkeeper. And you know why we were good in the second half? Because David De Gea had 5 touches in the second half. So when you don't give him the ball, we're looking at a competent football team. He is horrible. But other than that, we'll hopefully that gets addressed in the summer. But
your burner is backing you in every statement and opinion.
But the thing is, everyone sees how bad De Gea is. Every other football club
in the net, I can't do it anymore.
We have Spain's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sick faces. It would have been funny if you'd done 7 6 faces still, but 5 sick faces, man. What are you lot doing with this De Gea, bro? What's going on here?
He needs to leave my football. He needs to leave.
I hear it, to be honest.
He's Spain's 8th choice.
I hear it.
You hear it as well.
We have Spain's 8th choice goalkeeper. That's what he is. He's Spain. You know why he was dapping up the Betis players? Because he knows he won't see them at international break. Because he ain't going anywhere. That's what I'm saying. Any match, bro. Luis Enrique don't rate him. Whoever the new manager, they don't rate him either. Spain hated him.
Are we talking about the same? Are we talking about?
Nah, it's better for the last. Yeah, y'all ain't watching
for the last 3 seasons. For the last 2, 3.
Maybe they were doing replays of Arsenal versus Man United in that 3-1 game without him. Are we
talking about the same player?
No. We are talking about this guy is he's the enemy of the football club. I'm telling you, he's the enemy of state. He needs to go. Don't
look. You can want him out and call out his bad performances, but don't disrespect their guy. He's like, who's he the equivalent of Liverpool and Arsenal? Would you say then? Like, because Seaman near the end of his time was pretty bad as well. Like he got slopped. He got Jens Lehmann, such a part of the Invincibles.
Yeah. Yeah, part of the Invincibles. David De Gea won Premier League. Okay, he won the Premier League, and he wasn't even a key. That was Van Persie's Premier League. Van Persie was probably one of the 3 players that could have actually deserved to touch that trophy because the rest of them didn't even contribute that much. David De Gea was crap back then.
Pepe Reina.
I was thinking Pepe Reina.
He's like Leno for Arsenal.
Okay, Loki kind of respect. Kind of respect De Gea. Don't say Leno. I mean,
no. As in, like, not obviously De Gea's a.
Well, you're not respecting him, so we're allowed to disrespect him.
No. I'm saying like Leno was good at shot stopping. He was good at shot stopping.
I got it. Now, Michael, for Liverpool, I've got it. Simon Mignolet.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Simon Mignolet was a mad shot stopper.
He was.
And then you give him the ball and you think, yo, I might as well give it to my daughter.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what? You guys talk about shot stopping. Do you know he's the second worst goalkeeper in shots prevented in XG prevented this season? The second worst. Way. He's behind Danny Ward, and we thought that this guy was the worst goalkeeper the Premier League's ever seen. He's second to last. The only person behind him is Bazunu, who's 18 years old. How many times? No, he stayed 5 years ago. People, it is 2023, bro. Last time he was good, Obama was president of America. Move on, man. We've had presidents since then. Move on, people.
Oh shit.
We've had a whole pandemic happen since he was that good. Move on, people.
So are you saying? Because okay, check this out, guys. We have praised Ten Hag a lot, okay, and rightly so. He's made the right calls. I'm going to stick with you, Griggs, right? Because we got you hot. So it's only fair that we stay with you. We praised Ten Hag's decisions, the big calls that he's made, right? Defensively, DM, the whole Ronaldo situation, everything he handled, right? You're saying over the summer, right? This is the major call that you're seeing if he's going to see it and react to it and deal with the matter. Are you saying that's how important this summer is in terms of the keeper? So you're saying don't give him that new deal?
Absolutely not. But giving him a new contract will be the worst decision Man United have made in the last 10 years. They need to get over the past. We talk about Man United are stuck in the past. This is exactly a sentiment of being stuck in the past if they give the new contract. Bro, even if he was like playing better, we just need to move on. I think him and Phil Jones are the last players from Fergie. Bro, move on from that era. It's over. Get your new keeper. I want my Allison. That's what I want. I want my Allison. I want my Ederson.
Ain't easy, bro.
I know it ain't easy, but I want someone with that kind of impact. Obviously, they won't be as good as Allison, but Pep saw Joe Hart and said, "Get the hell out of my football club." That's what's if Ten Hag's watch is real, if he's that dog that he is, that he's supposed to be, the stubborn, the ruthlessness that he is, that he showed with Ronaldo, he looks at the hair and be like, "Yo, you're a legend of the football club. All time, you'll go down as a legend. We get that. He is a legend of the football club, but your time is done. I want my new keeper. I want a keeper that will, because you can't keep the hair as a backup. He's too big for that.
He's too
Griggs,
big for that.
Griggs, who would you sign then?
I wanted David Herrera, but I don't want Spanish keepers no more. I have PTSD. I'll have PTSD for the rest of my life from Spanish keepers. You can't go that route. And he's also like shorter than 6 foot. That's too short for a goalkeeper.
But before we come back to Man United and the good parts of Man United,
we have some good to talk about.
Before we come back, I'm going to read some super chats, and I want your two opinion neutral about De Gea, because I'm not sure where I stand with that. Like, I get it.
Play for your football club. I guarantee your eyes would be more.
I know what you mean. Yeah. De Gea is the best shot stopper. Everything else he lacks, Jerome says. Anonymous user says, I genuinely believe if we would have had Diogo Costa in the nets, we would be a title contending this season. He has to go in the summer. He is terrible. AK Dash says, the comedy of it is when we get the different player, Michael will cuss him for poor shot stopping. So he's saying that his shot stopping saves him. I think that's what he's saying. If Ten Hag is the manager, I know he is, then he wouldn't even extend his contract. I genuinely would rather have Bazunu from Southampton. That's wild. Bazunu from Southampton.
He's too young for the number one job at Man United.
It was ground.
Bilal, are you sharing these De Gea sentiments? Is it time up for...
You know what it is? Why people rate De Gea is because you watch a Man United game and the guy will pull off the maddest save. You're like, that should have went in. And he can do it 2 times a game. You're like, how is that not a goal? And that's because he leaves you with those moments. People rate him. But really and truly for me, I've been enjoying watching Man United with De Gea in goal and Maguire at centre back. For me, that's
because there's always a blue.
Yeah, there's always something that's going to go wrong, and that's why, as a Man United fan, as Michael is, I can understand why he's feeling, that De Gea has to leave, and I think Ten Hag's probably going to get rid of him in the summer. If not, he's going to have to sign a reduced deal, become the number 2 at Man United if he's willing to accept that. But the problem is, if he doesn't accept, I'm not sure how long he's got left in his contract, because that's another thing.
It's over the summer. It's over the summer.
It's over this summer.
So they haven't agreed a new deal already. Nope. So it looks like
he's going to be gone.
He's going to be.
You think so as well, Michael?
Yeah,
it better
be
gone.
I just can't see him.
Would you keep him, Michael? Would you keep him, Michael?
Me? No. I think it's time to move on. I agree exactly what Greg said. It's time to go into a new era. Get a new goalkeeper. Yes, will he be a better shot stopper than De Gea? Heck no. De Gea is one of the best shot stoppers I've seen in a long time.
Okay,
we've seen some great goalkeepers, but if you're just going to keep on giving him a wealthy contract that he might want to get, how much is he on right now? 300 something?
He's 375. He's the highest paid goalkeeper in the world.
300 and what?
375.
Does he score 30 goals a season?
I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm telling you, this guy, giving him the first contract was one of the worst decisions we made, and that was when he was on the decline. We saw the decline. It was right after 2018-19 where there was a 5-week stretch where David De Gea actually made an error leading to a goal, like every single match.
He's getting paid the same as like Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe together.
Griggs, I need you to deal with this, man. You're getting cooked.
This guy has his fan base, and we have more
you say
important
things
positions to fill.
criticism beforehand, but now you're jumping off the ledge. We have more important positions to fill. All this, I want that. You're just talking, but you don't believe that, right? You think goalkeeper is the most important, and I'm on your side here actually.
I
Jerome,
think it's
appreciate the support,
second.
but
Striker's
okay.
obviously first because you need someone that could put the ball in the back of the net.
Okay.
Obviously, but goalkeeper is second. You can have more than one priority. You could probably have up to 3 priorities in the summer, 3 guaranteed signings minimum, especially for a club of Man United's size. Goalkeeper is number 2, and because people don't realize it, he is a great shot stopper, but when he also concedes more goals than he should be. So if you're yes, he'll pull off the 3 camera saves, but if you keep conceding goals that you shouldn't, then what's the point? And for me, just bring in a new goalkeeper, and you guys will see how much better. Someone that will come off his line consistently. Do you guys know that he's the worst rated goalkeeper in the top 5 leagues in claiming crosses? He's 104th.
That was his. Remember when he first joined the Premier League?
104th. He's 104th in the world.
Welcome to the Premier League.
You know what the funny thing is? You know what the funny thing is? He's 104th in the world. Do you know there's only 98 teams in the top 5 leagues?
Get out.
So backups are doing better than him.
Wow.
It's just not, bro. Anything they want from a modern keeper, shot stopping is not even at the top for what you want from a modern keeper. It's always the claiming, especially for someone that plays the position. 10 hog ball. You need to be good with your feet. You need to come out, sweep off.
Exactly.
We could push up the line a little higher.
Yeah, he's awful at that. He's a cowardly keeper. He's a cowardly keeper.
Because look at what Ten Hag had at Ajax. He had Onana. Fantastic.
And Onana had his moments. Onana had his bad moments. I was seeing Onana at the halfway line. I was seeing Onana sometimes. Yo, David De Gea, by the time he gets to the halfway line, it'll be 20-45. Like, let's be serious, man.
Anonymous says Mark Goldbridge will pay for his sins for still rating that guy. He says he's world class still. Get back to Atletico, perfect club for him. Yeah, they're wild. Atletico.
But we should talk about some good about Man United though.
Well, I was gonna say, go on then. So look, you needed a comeback. I thought first half, people were. I was taking the piss.
No, I saw you
definitely were.
I saw your tweet. I saw your tweet.
Like, I knew they didn't outplay you guys, but there were incidents in the game where I thought they're one pass away from breaking through a lot of the time. But okay, you came back strong, fair play. And Anthony starts off the comeback with a lovely curler. Are you guys back? Is that what you needed? Where are you at with that second half performance?
We're not back. One last thing on the first half. The reason why I think you said that was because our midfield was getting overrun. Our midfielders treated the ball like a ticking time bomb. That's what it was. Casemiro, I love this guy, but the passing, my eyes are wide open to it now, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing because he can't pass. I think Casemiro is better at doing a 15-yard long range pass, and he's doing a simple 5-yard pass. I don't understand how that's possible. But first half aside, for second half, Anthony, I don't care that he scored the goal. That chip where he could have squared it.
Selfish, huh? He needed it, but I thought he yeah, go on.
Nah, bro, I don't care bro. I have seen Mohamed Salah pass in that instance, and Mohamed Salah is supposed to be greedy, but I get why he's greedy. He's a bagsman. You are not a bagsman. The only finisher you have is a long range curler that you have in your bag.
That's it. That's his game.
That's the only good thing from it, which is a good thing. I mean, at least the one thing he's good at is something that can lead to a goal. But it's just, bro, it's frustrating. We missed 7 big chances today. We missed 7. We created 9. We missed 7. How is that even possible? We need a striker. That's another priority. And Wu Weghorst, but I don't even care that he scored that goal. I mean, he cried and everything. The memes already made. Shit guy finally scored. They already made the meme out of that. Twitter, you know how quick Twitter is, but he's just too slow for me. Not my type of striker. Obviously, a lot of people I know before the Liverpool game, everyone was like saying permanent signing. I don't understand where people are coming with that from. If he's a permanent signing, that's a horrible summer right away. But there was some good thing. Rashford, I thought he wasn't that good today, to be honest. I know the ball was really good, but every time he got the ball, he lost it. The dribbling, after the World Cup, his dribbling was so good, but now every time I look at him dribbling, I think he's thinking too much. He's like thinking what skill to do, bro. This ain't FIFA. No flicking the left stick and everything, bro. Just dribble. It's that simple.
What did we see, Bilal? What did we see from Man United then against Betis? We spoke about it yesterday. We said Man United are gonna easily go through on both legs. And so it turned out like Betis had bits where you think, whoa, they can ball out here, they can play. Carvalho in midfield, still going. William Carvalho. They've got Joaquin.
41 years old. Shout out to the old men out there.
This is mental. 41. And you know what? He was making lung-bursting runs. He wasn't even doing that role where like a Sheringham or just touching the ball here and there. He was actually making runs into channels and shit. And then they got Claudio Bravo, who I just don't rate at the back. They were favourites. I didn't see nothing special from Man United. Sorry, guys. I'm not being salty.
Nah, it
I'm just
wasn't
being
anything. It
honest.
wasn't special.
It wasn't a 4-1
second
result,
half.
was it, Bilal?
Betis are just not a good
Nah,
team.
it was.
We have to just keep it real. They're
Okay,
not a good
4-1.
team.
Okay, take
They're a
4-1.
team who I was watching them struggle to Elche, the bottom of La Liga, and they only won because the referee helped them. They're conceding 2 or 3 goals a game regularly. And I think the only time they kept a clean sheet, weirdly enough, was that 0-0 they had against Real Madrid recently, which they somehow got. But if you look at the trend of the way they concede goals, this was always something that could have happened. And I'm not surprised. When your attacking threat in the midfield is working, like, you've got guys that won me. You know that? What's the winger? Is it Enrique? Like, he looks,
Right back.
people have been hyping him.
Who's a right back, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. People have been hyping him, saying he's a good player. Ayoze Perez. Like, well, what are we expecting? But I'm not taking
Perez.
Yeah, but I don't want to take anything away from Man United. They took control of the game, especially in that second half. They showed that they're a levels above Betis, not levels above Betis. And they got the job done. Weghorst could have scored a hat-trick, right? It shouldn't even have been 4. It should have been 7. You could have got your 7 today. That's the way that game
Bro, I wanted that 7. I want, but obviously wouldn't mean that. But I know people in the comments saying I'm being too negative.
Well, let's address them. No, you be yourself, bro. Don't worry about comments, man. Don't worry about that. Because I know you wanted to speak on a certain baller. And you haven't even had a chance to speak on him. Michael, sorry to be blunt, you seem like a guy who enjoys winning, but not the whole journey. Doesn't seem like you love the team. You just want them to win. But he wants more. He's got pride. Man. You just got battered 7-0. He wanted to see a reaction. If you think that was a worthy reaction, then that's fine. He doesn't think it was a worthy reaction. Jerome says, all respect being on my side, Grizz, but you're a Liverpool fan, so to be honest, I take your input with a grain of salt respectfully. That's fine as well, of course. And I expect you to. And Anonymous says Casemiro passing is a bit suspect. Can't lie. But Michael, Man United, look, there's always extremes. People want Man United to come back and get 7 goals, 6 goals at home to Betis. We should be hyped up. Ten Hag picked the same team. There's going to be a bit of fatigue in there. There's going to be a bit of pressure in there. They didn't have the best of first halves. Credit where credit's due. They turned it around in the second half and ended up comfortable winners. That's all you can ask for at this stage, right?
It's professional performance. Get the job done and move on. And that's what they did. They didn't have to play the best football or look like an impressive team. They just got the job done. Like, the second half, I don't even think Betis had a shot in that second half. I got to be honest. They completely dominated. Weghorst could have had 2 goals in that second half by himself. He could have actually had a hat-trick today because he had the header in the first half as well. It was just a professional performance from Manchester United, but I'm not going to read too much into this game because Real Betis, they didn't have their 3 best players, Fekir, Canales, and Borja Iglesias. They didn't have these 3 guys. Obviously, Canales and Borja Iglesias came off the bench, but they were more focused on top 4 in La Liga. But yeah, United, they got the job done, but now over the weekend, you got to beat Southampton as well. Bounce back in the Premier League
convincingly.
And the thing is, look, okay, this is gonna sound salty, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I don't give a shit, really. Like, if you could have picked a couple of fixtures after Liverpool, right? Home to Betis in the Europa League, and then home to Southampton in the Premier League, you can't get any cozier than that, right, guys? Or can you? Like, Michael, you're good with that?
Ward-Prowse is coming.
Who?
Ward-Prowse is coming.
Ward-Prowse is coming.
Ward-Prowse will kick under here, bro.
Every season.
I know what you're saying.
But are you surprised? Are you surprised that he did? Because now he's gonna pretty much have to play the same team, right? Against.
No, I think he'll rotate. I think we'll see. I don't think Varane plays. I think he'll rotate him. Varane never plays 3 games in a row because of it.
Oh, okay.
So I think he'll get rotated. Wan-Bissaka was my player of the second half. The way he just took over, he came in and he showed Dalot levels because Dalot was piss poor in that first half. Wan-Bissaka. Bro, he didn't even do
He deserves a run in
special.
the team.
He's a starter for now. For me, he's number 1. He took Dalot's chain and said, "Come get it back." That's what he did because for me, he did the basics of full backing: overlap, underlap, 1 touch. It's not that hard. Diogo Dalot's been doing pings across the pitch for no reason. Do the simple stuff. That's what I want from right now. With the games that we have, I kind of agree. It's nice to have the easy games, but I also want a hard game because I want to see a reaction against a top team. Like, a part of me wants to play Liverpool again because I want to see what is these guys' mentality.
You don't want to play.
No, I do. I do because I want to see. I do because even my camera crashed that. I want to see what's the reaction against a top team again. Because are you gonna get embarrassed again? Because that shows me more that you're just not mentally there, and that most of you need to leave the football club. But it was a good reaction, especially the second half. The high pressing week. Like, Michael said, Betis I didn't even see them enter our own half. It was that good, but Southampton will be tough. Like, it's a Premier League game. No Premier League game is easy. We all know that.
Exactly. They're fighting for their lives, man, right now.
Yeah, relegation team. That's never easy. And Ward Prowse, this guy, Bilal's right. He does have something cooking for me. He might do a little free kick on my head, but it's okay.
AK Dash says, sending this again. I think he said it before as well, so sorry if I missed it. Grizz, you enjoyed our tears last week. Madrid, Bournemouth, City, Chelsea, Arsenal next. We will be waiting more than you can believe.
Why add Bournemouth into this, man?
Well, it's a wild season, man. It's a wild season. Saturday, midday kickoff.
Exactly.
Dallo is looking a bit like Joe Gomez, can't lie. Anonymous user says, if ETH sells Wan-Bissaka in the summer, I'll be really disappointed. This is a £50 million signing that we signed. But again, Wan-Bissaka, very much like how we were speaking about De Gea. It's all about
he's limited. He's limited. He's still limited. He's still not my number. We need to sign a right back in the summer, though. That's getting evident now. We need to sign a right back, like maybe a.
How many players? Even Casemiro, how long does he last under Ten Hag? Does he last 1 season, 2 seasons? What are we saying with him?
The fall-off could be any time. Ask us. Ask me and Michael. The fall-off could be any time because our midfielders fell off. So it can happen any time.
I'll raise my hand right now. I think Casemiro's next. I think next season is Casemiro's last season starter at Man United.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think,
to be honest,
we're gonna be developing as a team, and we're gonna need a DM that could like really pass the ball. Obviously, if we sign like a Frankie De Jong, then the shelf life will get increased a little bit.
Well, Frankie De Jong was interviewed, wasn't he, today for Barca
he wants to stay.
TV or something? And he wants to stay. He
that
said
guy,
very clearly,
man, I don't know why.
We gotta give it up. I don't. Man United fans keep. I don't even want De Jong anymore, bro. This guy is genius to play for Barcelona, bro. He's gonna come here and he's not gonna be happy. I don't want an unhappy player. Just go sign someone from like the French league that will want to play for Man United. Old Trafford. He'll be ready for the lights. I don't know about that, but he'll be ready to play as like in the team. There's so many midfielders on the planet.
I think Man United do have to make still a couple of acquisitions. The goalkeeping one, goalkeeping and striker is main, and then we take it from there. But Michael, forget these small clubs, man. Man United and Arsenal and all of this. I know you had your eyes on a massive, big game. Talk to us about this game. We spoke about in Eurostars. We spoke about the job that Union Berlin are doing in Germany. Like, where are they in the Bundesliga?
They're third.
They're third still.
Yep.
This game against a team that's doing brilliant in Belgium, right?
Yep, and they have the same owners as Brighton, Tony Bloom. So that's why you see Mitoma was at this club last season, balling out. He goes to Brighton, balling out.
Talk to us. Explain. So give us some context into this game then. Because that's mad.
This game was absolutely insane. I mean, first off, it was snowing like crazy. I mean, I could barely see the pitch at times because of the amount of snow. But yeah, look, I think it was the first goal. It was like the 30th minute Boniface. Now, you see he has got the man of the match. This guy, he's going to become a good striker. Now, Is he going to be that sort of Kolomoani level? No. But if you're familiar with Bodo Glimt, he came from Bodo Glimt. They signed him in the last summer transfer window, and now he's at Royal Union Saint-Gilloise. And this guy, he's a menace. I would not be surprised if he's at Brighton in 2 seasons' time because they signed Undav, and he's been a disaster. Hasn't really worked out. Would not be surprised if they get Boniface to replace him, really. But 22, yeah. So he's still got some promising. Look, very physical striker. Maybe not the greatest technically, but he's just a menace in the box. That's what I would honestly say. He's just a B-Tech version of Victor Osimhen. I mean, his first name is Victor as well, but he kind of plays in that similar way. And then I think the second goal, Juranovic, people, that's the goal of the day. Absolutely top bins free kick. Oh my god!
Remind us, this is the guy that played for Croatia.
Yeah, Croatia.
Everyone spoke about in the right back scenario. Why wasn't he snapped up by a bigger club? Is that the question that you want to ask?
Yeah, because he came from Celtic and he was balling out at Celtic. I don't understand why Premier League clubs didn't take him. Really? Yeah, I think he's a quality right back in my opinion. They even signed Laidouni, who was fantastic for Tunisia. I thought in the World Cup as well. They signed him from Hungary for like 3 million. Union Berlin, they just do such wonderful business, but the game was just insanity because it just went back and forth. There was a missed penalty. He got the rebound, put it back in. Then it was a crazy clearance off the line. There was just so much stuff going on in this match. This was, this is why I like Thursday Night Football. I watch my Conference League. I watch my Europa League. I've been watching this stuff since July because, here in Finland, we already got the qualifiers going on. But This is the sort of entertainment you get, and there is a couple ballers to watch out, especially from that Royal Union Saint-Gilloise. I think with Union Berlin, they have their style of play. Very physical, put in a lot of crosses. I think their center back would be the top goal scorer for Chelsea. He's got like 6 goals this season, their center back, which is crazy to me. I think his name is Doiki, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, mad game. Europa League, I don't know who's going to go through. I would still kind of lean towards Union Berlin. I mean, Union Berlin are still sort of in the Bundesliga title race. They're still in the DFB Pokal, and they're in the Europa League. This is their greatest season ever for a club that were in the 4th division, 3rd division like 12 years ago. Insanity.
Do you know what I want to happen, Michael? I want one of these teams, whoever. And I can't say I've got any insight into either of them. I just know they've both been doing well in their respective countries, right? I want one of them to draw Arsenal and United and take them out. That would be beautiful.
I would love it to be Union Berlin, because I think their just story is absolutely fantastic. How the fans literally donated blood to raise money to pay for the license in the Bundesliga.
Don't give me this club. Arsenal, we're getting touched by them.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with this club from set pieces, Bilal. They're like Burnley of Germany. They really are. But they got some techie players as well. They got Schlotterbeck.
Long night for me.
Long night. Yeah, but look, entertainment. But let's see what happens, because they faced off against each other in the group stage already. So they're very familiar with how they play, and the mere fact that it finished 3-3 just shows you on European nights anything is possible, especially in the snow. Especially in the snow.
Look, we've been cussing Juventus in the past, but they've qualified. Man United qualified. Arsenal look likely to qualify.
Well, Juventus haven't qualified. They got 1-0 heading to Germany, so it's not going to be easy.
Okay, let's say they're going favourites, because the way they've been playing, they've been keeping clean sheets and whatnot. So, okay, Juventus, Roma, top of my head, Man United, Arsenal. Surely the top 4, if they avoid each other.
Sevilla.
I'm never counting out these guys. I know they're terrible in La Liga. When it comes to Europa League, they turn into prime Barcelona. I don't get it.
This is all they're playing for as well this season. So Sevilla are up for this. This is life and death for them now.
It is. So, yeah. People are saying don't underestimate Freiburg. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I get it.
Freiburg are not an easy team to play. They're a hard, solid team. Like, I think with Union Berlin and with Freiburg, they're out of the norm of most Bundesliga teams, because most Bundesliga teams play these high lines. They're easy to play against, but these two teams are quite different, and that's why it's only 1-0. Di Maria scored a header. It's one of those ones. It's not easy to score.
Have I forgotten anyone else, guys, in terms of let's look out for?
I think Leverkusen.
Leverkusen, yes.
Yeah, Leverkusen are they're too flimsy at the back. They're too
they kept a clean sheet today. Shout out to
Jonathan Tah. Please don't be linked with him, Liverpool. Please don't even look at him.
They have him, but they also have a guy named Hickapy from Ecuador who's a really good player.
Yeah. He was linked with Spurs. He's linked with Spurs.
I would not go near that guy. I'm just saying that right now. In a 4 in the back formation, he is not good. As a left center back and a 3 in the back, very good.
Yeah, that's what.
But they've got Longley and
yeah, I mean anything's better than Longley.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Spurs should have snapped him up a long time ago. I don't know why they never did.
Yep.
Somebody wants Michael to talk positively about a Man United player. And it's funny, actually, because this is the player that you wanted to speak on, so go for it.
Facundo Palistri. I've been crying for this guy to play for He's so good. I watched him when he came from like 2 years ago. He was really good in preseason. He was really good. A lot of people think that he's some like random academy player. This guy's an international player. He starts for Uruguay. So just serious.
Yeah, he starts for Uruguay, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has more starts for Uruguay than he has for Man United. Let's just put it in that perspective. Crazy to think about, but he is so good. He's a traditional winger who does the outside, cross it in, which he did for the 4th goal today. He got the ball at the edge of the box because Bruno crossed it in direct from a corner. The 2 guys went on him. He beat them. He went all the way around and then down the byline, placed it across. McTominay hit the shot, saved it, and White Horse obviously scored. That's just a breath of fresh air for me as a winger. Because you guys have heard me about Anthony, how frustrating he is because he's 1-footed. He doesn't do all that. That's what I want from my wingers. Reece Nelson, that he did, the cross to Martinelli that Martinelli had out of play. That's what I want from my wingers. Number 1 rule for me as a winger, you got to be able to go down the outside. That's number 1 rule for me. And Palistri does that so well, and he's such a good player. I don't know why Ten Hag doesn't play him that much more. For me, he's the best traditional winger at the club right now. Rashford's obviously inside forward and all that. Anthony same way, cut in. Palistri down the outside, simple, just cross it in. And when you cross the ball in, anything can happen. That's why people love playing so many crosses in football, because rebounds and all that, and just Palistri is so good to watch. And Ten Hag blocked loans for him. He wanted to go out on loan. I think Palmeiras wanted to sign him and everything. So if you're gonna block someone's loan move, that means you want to play them. So play them. Obviously, he probably won't start against Southampton, but we're 4-1 up in the tie. So next week against Betis, start Palistri. Why not? I want to see a Garnacho Palistri wing combo. That's fun to watch as a fan for me.
That's good, yeah.
Bro, I just want to watch him play. I think he's really good. Same with Ahmad. We signed them in the summer that Sancho was meant to come, and they were alternatives. And for
he's making strides. He's making strides.
Ahmad's picking up. Oh, he's gonna save my life next year. I promise you. Watch, Ahmad Diallo will save me. He will be such a good player.
Michael, Griggs. I'll be honest, right? I think Ten Hag loves Anthony. I've seen the way
he's adopted son. Adopted son, bro. He brought him over from Ajax and everything. He's adopted son. So I don't like that.
He's scoring bangers. It doesn't matter, man. He might.
When you're the manager of Man United, you can't play favorites like this. Especially when the guys aren't contributing. Like, I know Fergie had his favorites and everything, and Jose had it. All these managers have their favorites, but when you're seeing someone like on the bench, Palestri's hungry for that spot, bro. He wants to play because also his international spots on the line. Because if you don't play that much for your club, obviously internationally you're gonna get benched, especially when you're just a young player like him. He's not some established veteran, so he's gonna want to play. You'll just play him. Let's see what he does. Because every single time he's come out against Charlton, he came on in the League Cup, his first game of the season. He got an assist right away within the first 2 minutes. Today, he should have had the assist. He didn't get the assist for the goal, but he was the one that created it. Just watch him play, bro, because this team, we lack creation. Our only creation is basically Marcus Rashford or Bruno Fernandes pass. That's the only chance creation we have right now in a couple corners. So we need creation. We need a spark in the attack, something, because defensively, we're typically solid. Obviously, we weren't solid on Sunday, but typically, before that, we were one of the best offensive teams in the league. Attacking-wise is why our issue. That's why our goal difference is so poor, because we don't score goals. Most of our wins are 1-2-0. So bring an attacker in and let's see what he can do. Because him and Anthony can even play together. Drift Anthony a little inside because Anthony's better between the lines because he's not a touchline like that. Also, Anthony, one last thing. Did you guys see today? I don't know if you guys we were focused. His best play in the game came off the left.
Left, yeah, I saw that.
We signed another right winger that's best off the left. I'm tired of this.
You know what it is? No, I'm gonna be so real. Everything Anthony's doing is exactly like Nicolas Pepe.
Bro, he's the same exact player. His only goals are long range finesse shot, bro. It's the same.
And I remember when Arteta moved Pepe to the left, and we're like, "Yo, Pepe, he's cooking on the left. He's better on the left than on the right because on the left he can't cut inside. He has to go down the line, right? So he's forced to actually beat his man, and it's a simple game to play." I see too many similarities between these two players. Like, even the goals they're scoring is literally the same thing. They score the same type of goals. They're showing the same type of tendencies on the ball. It's crazy. The only difference with Pepe and Anthony, I felt like Pepe could more often beat his man, right? He could beat his
Pepe's
man.
far more physical.
Yeah,
Pepe's a better
that's about it. But everything else is
Pepe's a better
so similar.
skiller, but I think Anthony's better in close control because Anthony's like center of gravity's better. Obviously, shorter player.
No, Anthony's got. Look, if Anthony was, what they called, guys, freestylers.
He's a five-side player. He's a five-side player.
Yeah, look, he's ridiculously talented in terms of that.
These comments make me laugh, guys. If you knew how much I hated this man when he played for Arsenal, you would know what I'm talking about.
You know why they mention it? Because every stream, it don't matter if we're talking World Cup, Eurostars, Premier League, you always get to throw in Pepe in there like it's sponsored or something. Like he always mentions Pepe in a stream. I don't know how he fucking does it. It's like he's got a bet with mates and shit. I'm gonna mention Pepe in every single stream. Like, how'd you get Pepe in there? It's mad. But Anthony scored. He wants to speak on. Anyone want to speak on Palistri? He didn't impress me that much in Uruguay in the World Cup. None of the attackers in the World Cup really inspired me. I don't know. I'm more impressed with Amad Diallo going forward for United. Yeah. Michael, are you anyone that stands out for you?
I agree. I think Amad Diallo, he is cooking with Sunderland this season. So it's going to be interesting to see how he can develop the next year with Ten Hag. But, I mean, you guys got a lot of wingers. I mean, who's going to start? You got Sancho, Palistri, Garnacho, Anthony. Who's going? Who's going? Who's got to go back to Dortmund, man?
Sancho, that's not bad. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Sancho, because he's clearly out of favor.
Yeah, he's so talented. He's such a talented player, but he just doesn't fit the system. He doesn't fit the Premier League. For me, like all those other guys we talk about, they all have an attribute that Sancho is the best creator out of all of them. His final pass is the best out of all of them. There's no denying that. There's the reason why that guy got 20 assists. Even whatever league it is, if you get 20 assists in the season, you know how to create chances. But all those other guys, Anthony's stronger than him, so he can handle the roughness a little bit better. Palistri is quicker than him. Ahmad is much better between the lines than him. and he's a better one-touch player. All these guys have something. Sancho, for me, he's not a good left winger. He's not good on the right, and he's not physical enough to play between the lines because he doesn't impose himself. So for me, signing gone wrong is what it is. He's not that hard player too.
You're just expect,
it is what it is.
Accept your losses, and you're saying let's move on. Fair enough. Would you take him, guys, at Liverpool? Are you taking Sancho? Let's say cut price 50 million. Are you taking him Michael first?
No, we don't need that position. Give me midfielders.
At Liverpool? Why would you take Sancho? Arsenal. Bro, I've got Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson's a different level.
Wow.
Different level. So I've got my boy.
Look at the delusion, man. He bangs in one like fluke.
No.
I agree. I think Reece Nelson in the Premier League is a better fit than Jadon Sancho.
Reece is one of those ones, yeah.
I've never met any more reactionary people than you guys, man. You're wild. Wild reactions today.
Why are you taking Sancho?
No, I'm not taking Sancho.
Oh, that's fine.
But I'm just saying, like Reece Nelson and all this, man. All right, fair enough. Look, we don't need Sancho.
Yeah,
but if you offered me Sancho, if we needed him, like I'd still think Jurgen Klopp could do something with Sancho, if you know what I mean. Like he knows him from Germany,
No, I don't think. I think honestly, he wouldn't even.
No,
wouldn't
I don't know. I just
don't think.
Look at the way Nunes is. Look what Nunes is doing on that side.
Look at the chaos. Look at the chaos. Yeah.
I just think Sancho's got vision, close control. I get it.
Man City.
He's not showing anything else.
Man City. That's a perfect club.
He's absolutely not showing anything else. But if you saw him like I did, because we were linked very strongly with him, and it was just a matter of wages, that's put me off him. Because he didn't come to Liverpool, literally, guys, for the wages. Like we offered him 150k as an opening wage. You guys went 250k. Game over.
He's making more than that.
That's my point. But that's my point.
He's smart.
For young player,
because he knew.
For young players, we do that, and then you got to show it, and then we build you up, like everyone has. And he wasn't prepared to show it and then build up. So Jurgen Klopp, okay, no problem. So that put me off. I would never do that. I would never do that for a young player. But he's talented. We can't say he's not talented, right? We can't just suddenly say there's nothing there, man. There's nothing there.
Put him at Man City and he'll cook. Put him in Man City.
Do you reckon?
Obviously, I don't not to the level he did at Dortmund, but he'll look more in place in that system. That's more like Jack Grealish. Like, bro, this is the slower wingers. They fit there.
I get it.
In between the lines, but
guys,
look.
I was gonna go on. You look at who? Go on. You're gonna give Nicholas Pepe.
No. I was just gonna say the difference.
Look at Nicholas Pepe.
Grealish is very physical. You see what Grealish?
Yeah, Grealish is strong.
He's very strong.
Grealish's power to protect the ball and run with the ball is another level. You're right. Sancho hasn't got that. In Germany, I don't know what he was doing, but he was drifting.
He had Hakimi. He had Hakimi literally bombing on, and a lot of the times he looked good on the right, he'd look good on the left, but because he had these just wing backs coming.
System was made for him at Dortmund. He was the system. You're not that good enough to have the system made around you at Man United. So
I'm just gonna check if we got any super chats that I've missed out on. No, I don't think I have. All right, guys, pick me a winner of the Europa League, man. Put your neck on the line and let's talk real, man. Enough sitting on the fence.
I'm backing my team to win it, obviously.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm backing my team to win it.
You're gonna play a strong lineup because obviously
there's a team I think that will make the final, and I think it will be Man United versus Roma in the final.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that too.
Do you know that Roma haven't conceded at home since November?
Jose.
It's crazy. I will never doubt Jose. And I also want, if I play him in the final, then in the 2-leg, I don't want to go away to Italy. I'm scared of going away to Italy.
Jose with Smalling and them, man.
Listen, today Tammy's assist was top.
Okay. Go on then, Bills. You ain't backing your team.
Yeah, no, we're not winning this competition. No chance. not a chance. So, yeah, let's go with Roma, man. Jose. And listen, if it was a Man United Roma final, it'd be good because all those licks Man United used to give Roma, they were hitting them 7. We were talking 7s. Roma been hit 7. I think it was twice. They got hit 7.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, Roma need revenge, man. So I'll go with Roma to win it.
Ain't no one there that was there. That went
Michael.
Them legs.
Listen, the fans remember. That's Jose will play the tapes.
I'll go with Roma too. I've seen them this season. I was at the Stadio Olimpico. They got something going on there. Jose's building something, but it's not going to be enough maybe to get top 4. But we know Jose in Europe. You don't bet against him. You don't.
And he won the Conference League as well last season.
Yep, he won it last season. Yep.
I'm gonna go that no one expected. I'm gonna go Juve. One last dance, the old lady. Just
Did you see about Pogba today?
Disciplinary
This guy's
reasons. So go on.
hilarious.
What happened?
No,
I
no,
didn't see
that's
this.
it. I just
Typical, innit?
it's so frustrating. It's
I think he was
so
late by like
frustrating.
He was late by 2-3 minutes, and then Allegri kept him out the squad.
Yeah, but Allegri's on a mission to bring back Juve.
Exactly.
Yeah, disciplinarian. Yeah, I know.
So he don't give a fuck anymore. 'cause he's been
I actually
through
like the Juve shot though, because think about it, they probably won't get top 4, especially after losing. To Roma
Look,
this past weekend.
I have no reason, logical explanation. I can't sit down here and sell it to you guys because Juve and
I can
Allegri.
sell it for you if you want. I can sell it for you if you want. I got you.
No, they can't do it, man.
They
Man
have
United
winners.
got more. If they come with Man United got more pace, more power than them.
They do, but they have winners. They have like Di Maria, bro. I do not want to play Di Maria in the final. I promise you, this guy's scoring a hat trick on my head if you play him in the final. This is the greatest player I've ever
revenge.
seen.
Revenge.
This is the greatest player I've ever seen in the final. I can see Pogba. They have winners. They have Pogba.
I want Chiesa.
Bonucci's still there. Chiesa, European champion.
Kostic.
They have winners. Coaches won they have a group of winners.
And now you guys are thinking, shit, Grizz has got the shout here, man. We just want with Roma.
Yeah, I might join.
Roma and
They need-
Jose.
They must get UCL because they're broke. They need that UCL money no matter what. So it's a good shot. They have that incentive and everything. So
That's hilarious. Imagine them in
This
Europa League to
monster.
get Champions League.
I ain't scared of
Whilst the
Vlahovic.
Serie A have been trying to get them out.
No, Vlahovic in 2023 has
I
got
ain't
2
scared of him.
goals. He's
I
got
ain't
2
scared.
goals. Allegri is killing in this guy's career.
I know our stocks are down. I know my boys' stocks are down, but Alicia Vlahovic ain't no problem.
So you're saying Tammy Abraham then?
I ain't scared of him either.
You lot are saying
Tammy would-
Dybala and Tammy.
Good man. Bro, that's good. Very
No,
good.
I'm not
I don't
cussing
know.
it. I'm
good
just
You
saying.
know what it is?
Put out
Italian
there.
football. Italian
I'm just
football
putting it out
strong.
there.
It's
Bilal, before we
annoying.
go, Bilal, put out the Roma. Get us the Roma lineup before we go. We're gonna finish up right now, but let's have a look at this. What's Jose cooking over there? Then Michael, talk to us.
Not really anything
That's what I'm
entertaining.
saying. That's what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
Look, when I watch this team, they're not entertaining, but Tammy's cross to El Shaarawy, top notch. Very good play. And then they got a corner. That's what they do. It's Jose. You win. It's not about how you win. Just win and move on. Keep the clean sheet. Go to Spain. Get a 0-0. Get to the quarterfinals. And then repeat. And then repeat. And then try and become Europa League champions and get top 4. That's what Jose does. He doesn't care. Look, he's going to under 14.
Matic.
He's got Matic and
Uncle
Cristante.
Matic.
Actually, to be fair to him, Karstorp is back in the lineup. Remember they had a beef with each other?
Yeah.
And he was left out?
I thought he left the club.
This guy not get exiled.
the
He
club.
got
Yeah, he got
out of
exiled.
Rome.
He got exiled and he's back. So, hey.
That is the slowest team
It's-
ever.
this is terrible.
Now you know what, yo, I lied. I'm not
is
scared of this team. Nah, I
Slowest
lied.
team.
I lied. I'm not scared of this team, bro. Nah, that team's way too slow to handle.
It's
Nah,
too
nah,
slow.
nah.
It's so
There's
slow.
no one. Only Abraham is running in behind.
Nah, bro, Fred is not the
El
best
Shaarawy's
player,
got
but he's
decent
dominating
center
Cristante.
Who?
Who?
He's playing Shadowy at left back. Yeah, El Shaarawy.
Yeah,
Didn't he leave? He came back. What's going on?
They
They
sold
To be, fair,
him.
to be fair, though, Spinazzola, he's picking up some good form recently. I think he's finally getting back to that form we saw at the Euros because he had a couple of nice assists in the last couple of weeks. So let's see.
That's mad.
But I still-
He done my boy.
I-
He done my boy Alonso.
Grizz, I think you sold me on Juve. I don't know why. I just think because of all this turmoil, the minus 15, they
see.
need the European football.
The wise
feel
old
Juve.
man Grizz came with the wise old
Also,
lady
that Allegri
shout.
point, I didn't know what happened. I didn't know what happened with the Pogba stuff, but I was listening to Evra or something, and he was talking about when he was at Juventus and how Allegri was disciplining Pogba back then. So listen, Allegri knows, but listen, Pogba, you mess around with Allegri, yo, he's not going to let that slide. He didn't go back to Juventus for holiday. He went back for serious football. So yeah, Grizz, it's not a bad shout.
Well, let's see how it goes. People, don't forget our shouts. I said Juve. Don't let these guys change. They said Roma.
I'm still back.
Mike-
Wait, I
Grizz-
change. I'm saying Sevilla. We're going.
Sevilla's dead.
Fighting relegation, but they're going to win.
That
European
manager
football.
is such a fraud, man. What's his
Oh,
name?
Sampaoli. Oh, I hate that guy.
Oh, nah. Yo, if we lose to Sampioli, nah. We need to liquidate.
Alright, but he hit my man.
Yeah,
guy.
He's
Nah.
Dead team.
Not love Sampaoli.
Seville. If they win it this time, yo, there's something seriously corrupt about this shit.
Check the
No,
books.
it's not.
Check the
Check
books.
the books,
Check the
indeed.
books.
It's not real if they win it because they're a shadow of themselves, man. Before them.
Well,
man, they
nah.
got-
It
they
might
got-
be
they
the
got
year.
slapped
It might be the
6
year
million
Italy
there.
though. It might
Yeah,
be the
you know
year
who
Italy.
you know
though.
who scored the 6 goals? Atletico de Madrid.
The probably scored a brace or something like that in
Yeah.
2023. But nah, I actually like
winning
the
the
Italy
Europa
shot
League.
though.
This is
Look at Italy though. 3 teams in UCL, most likely they'll have progressed. another 2-3 teams in Europa.
Who's the three that are going to progress in the
Napoli,
Champions.
Inter, Milan, Juventus, Roma. Listen.
Hey, so you're
Serie A.
There was a title race at one point, remember, in the Serie A, but obviously Napoli is so good.
When was that? September.
Yeah, I remember. There was a
We're
brief
gonna have to
moment in
keep an eye on
history
this
where
Serie A business, man. Because I've been
coming back.
slandering it. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it. But listen, people, fantastic show. Thank you very much, panel. Thank you very much for listening, watching. Like, subscribe, all of that good business. Tomorrow we'll be back with Premier League Khanage. Look forward to all the Premier League action over the weekend. What's the biggest game over the weekend in Premier League? Anything good?
Let's have a look.
Nothing's happening, really.
Yeah, nothing
Nah,
good.
Man City, nothing really good. We're gonna have to just make up.
Everton, Brentford is interesting.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, we out of here, man. On that note, take care. Peace.